All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Everybody's got their fingers and toes and noses left. Nobody shut them off. Who'd you say is not here? Seven to 10 years old, cash right there, 135 and 35 and 35. It'll get 7 to 5. Going to be 40. It'll get 2 and a half. It'll get 5. Going to be 7 to 5. It'll get 15 and 2 and a half. It'll get 2 and a half. It'll get 2 and a half. 5 and 55, 55, 7 and a half. 57 about 60 and half 60. It'll get 60. Going to be 60. It'll get 60. It'll get 60 and 57 to 5. Going to be 60. Gotcha. 60 and 57 to 5. Going to be 60. Daughter here. Jace 150. 7 and a half on 30. Okay, I'll try there, here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, and to get 5, 7 and a half, 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 70, going to get 70, now 70, and now 8, 9, and now 9, going to be 9, going to get 9, going to be 9, now 70, going to get 70, going to be 1, and 70, 72, 72, 71, 2, 3, 73, 73, 74, and 74 here, 73 and 4, 75 here, 75 here, 76 here, 76, 7, and 77, 78, 78, 78, daughter, and 78, going to get 9, going to be 9, going to get 9, 89, 80, and 9 here, going to be 80, but 89, going to be 89, going to be 89, but 80 here, sold 179. Jace 40. 7 to 10 years old, right there, 135 and 35 and 35 and 35, 7 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50, 50 and a half, 50, 52 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, now 3, 4 and 53, 4, 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 6, 55, 6, 7 and 57, 50 here, going to be 9, going to be 60 and 1 and have 1 here, 61, 1 here, 1, Jace 160 on number 40. Young. 2s and 3s are open. That's why they're here. Yes, they are. $75. $75. Here's 75. 5. Here's 75. Here's 75. 75. 80. 75. 80. 75. Going to be 1. 80. Going to be 1. 81. 81. 75. 85. 85. 85. 85. 85. 85. 91. 91. 95. And 95. Going to get 95. Going to be 195. And 95. Going to get 2. And 95. Going to get 2. Going to be 95. Going to get 2. Going to be 95. Going to get 2. Going to be 195. Going to get 2. Cash. 195. 1. Yes, sir. 65. And 65. 65. 65. 65. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 70. 172 and a half. 72 and a half. 72 and a half. 75 here. 75 here. 73. Half 4. And 73. 4. 5. And 75 here. 75. 6 here. 75. 76. 75. 6. 7. And 77 of 8. 77 of 8. 77 of 8. 9. Good to be 9. Good to be 9. Good to be 9. Good to be 9. 78. 9. And 78. Good to be 9. Daughter. Good to be 9. Good to be 9. Good to be 9. Good to be 9. Now 9 here. Given. 178. I'll go, guys. 135 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 35, 37, 50, and 30, you get 7 and a half, 40, you get 40, now 40, 40, 40, you get 40, going to be 42 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 50, and 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, here, Jace, 155.30. 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 7, 70, 70, 70, now 70, and 70, 73, going to be 70, 70, going to be 70, now 1, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 72, 71, 2, 3, and 73, now 3, 72, now 3, 3, 73, 4, and 74 here, 74, now 5 here, 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75 here, S, 174, 62. Eight-year-old cows or 10-year-old cows, 4 and 5 months bred. $35, 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 5 and 6 months bred. Right there, 35, 40, and 40 and 5, 50, and 55, 55, 55, 60, 65, and 71, 75, 75, 75, give 80 there, going to be 85, going to be 85, 90 here, going to be 195, going to get 95, 2, and 95, going to be 205, 210, 220, 230, 230, and 25, and 225, 225, and 5 here, but about 225 here, 225, no, going to be 225, 30, 230, Caleb. 230, 230. Dylan, 225. What is it? 8, 9-year-olds, 5 and 6 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22, 23, and 23, 24, 24, 5, and 25, 50, 25 and a half, 25 of the van, group 25 of the van, group 25 of the van, group 25, 50, and 25, half of the van, group 25 of the van, 600, and 2,600, 26, 26, 2,600, and 26 half it, and 6 and a half here, a bit of a half here, a bit of a half here, now 6 and a half, 7, and 27 here, 7, 7, 7, 7 here, going to be 2,700, and 2,700, even get 7 here, 7 to be 7 here, Yost. 2650. These cows will be open right there. Going to be 8 and 10 years old. Right there. Going to be 155 and 55 and 55, 57 of going to be 60. Going to get 2 and a half. Going to be 7 of now 70 and 1 and 70, 71, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, 73, 72, 3 and 73, 74 here, 74 and 5 here, 75 here, 75 here, 74 now 5 and 7600 and 75, 76. I took 5 here, 76, 75, 76, 7 and 77 of 8, 77 of 8, 77 of 8, 78, 78, 9 and 80 and 80. Going to be 9, 80, going to get 9, 80, going to get 9, 80, going to be 9 now. 80 there, good 9, 80 there, good 9, bit of 80 there, good 80 here. Chris, 179, 20. Nine to 10 years old. They're 3 and 4 months bred. Daughter 65, and 65, and 65, and 65, 7 and a half, now 72 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, going to be 80 and 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 82, 50, 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85 here, going to be 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 90 here, going to be 190, and 90 here, 190, 190, 190 here, 190 here, going to be 190, and 90 here, going to be 90, going to get 90, going to be 90, going to get 90, going to be 90, you're out now, 90 here, going to be 190, 250, and 92 and a half, going to get 92 and a half, going to be 90, 92 and a half, going to be 90, 92 and a half, here, done. 190, put them on number 44. Old cows here, 35, and 35, you give out 35, 35, 37, hand, 7 hand, 7 hand, 7 hand, 7 hand, 37 hand, 7 hand, 7 and 40, and hand 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, and 40 here, 40, and 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, and hand 40 here, Doug, 130, 7 and a half, 5X. Tens are open here. 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5 and a 7 and a half, 70, 170 and 1, 71, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73 and 4 here, 74 and 5, 75, 6 here, 75, 6, 76, 7, and 77, 77, 8, 78, going to get 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, 78, and 9, 80, and 9, going to be 89, 80, going to get 9, 80, going to 79, going to be 83, going to be 81, 81, 80 here, 79, going to be 80, 80 here, so 179, Chris 20. Eight to tens are open. 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 1, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, 73 and 4 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 74 and a half, 5, and 74, 5, and 74 and 5, 76 here, 75, 6, 75, 6, 7, and 77, 77, 76, 7, and 77, I'm going to get 77, I'm going to get 77, 76, 7 here, going to be 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 7 here, Cabinets 176, put them on 3. You, Antone? So today's the first time I put on long pants in over a week.
Oh, today? Why, that's
Short.
cold or what?
Yeah, shorts every day. 8-year-old, 5 months. Dollar for 65. As you get a and has a good about 72 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, group 80 then 2 and a half, group 80 then 2 and a half, group 80 then 2 and a half, group 5, 85, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, top rolls out, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, group 87, 50, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, here done, 185, 44.
Will that be all right if I use shorts tomorrow? We're green, right? Shorts.
6 by 4. Let's wear. 75, yes, 75, yes, 75, 77, 75, 77, 75, 77, down high, 79, down 78, down high, 79, good to be 9, 80, good to be 9, good to be 85, good to be 80, down 1, 2, good to be 80, down 1, 81, 2, 2, good to be 82, 3, 2, good to be 83, 4, 2, good to be 84, 5, 2, good to be 85, 5, good to be 85, 85, 2, good to be 85, 5, 2, good to be 84, 5, 2, good to be 85, 2, good to be 84 and a half, 5 here, sort of 184, Cabinets 5. That was a high sell last week, 184. I forgot to. I forgot to turn it in. 188 was top cow. 6-year-old 4 months bred, 2,000, 2,100, 21, and 21, 21, 21, 22, we get 3, and 23, we get 4, and 24, we get 5, and 2,600, and 25, 6, and 25, going to be 2,600, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 27, 8, 27, 8, and high, bit of a 9, high, 3,000, and 3,100, and 3,100, and 2, here, 1, 2, here, 1, 2, here, going to be 30, 1, 2, and 3,200, here, 1, 2, here, 1, 2, here, 1, going to be 200, here, Yost, 3,100. Eight years, 5 months here, 2,000, and 2,100, and 24, and 21, 21, 2, and 200, 300, 3, 4 here, 24, 5 here, 25, 600, 26, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 750, and 7 and a half, now 8 and a half here, 8 and a half, 900, now 9 and a half, and 9 and a half, 3,000, 30, 50, 30, 50, and 1, and 31, 31, 31, and 3,100 here, 1 here, going to be 31, and 3,100 and a half, and 31 and a half, 31 and a half, 31 and a half, 31 and a half here, 1 and a half here, going to be 31, bit of a half. Yost, 3,100. 10-year-old, get back, cow, right there, here, daughter, 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 7, 60, and now 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 7 and 70, and now 70, 70, 70, 250, and 75, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half here, Jace, 175 on 10, 10, T-I-N. Eight years and 3 months here, 55, and 55, and 57, and going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, going to get 70, now 72 and a half, 75, and 75 here, 73, 73 and a half, 4, 74 here, 75 here, 7600, and 76, 7, and 77, going to get 77, going to get 77, 77, and 76, 7 here, now 7 here, now 7 here, going to be 7, going to get 7, going to get 7, going to get 7, going to be 7, Doug, 176, 5.
We're supposed to have a cookout at Dell and Paul's, but they were sick for 4 days. Both of them. Couldn't leave the bathroom. Both of them. Yeah, yeah. 4 days.
I was wondering if he's going to have a bull sale today. $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5. 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 Now 205 here. 205 and 205. We get 5. Now 5. 190 and 190. 2 and a half. 2 and a half. 95. 95. 97. 97. Group 2 now. 2 and a half. Group 2 and a half. Group 201 and 201. Here. Group 2. Group 2. We get 202. 3. We get 3. 4 and 204. We get 5 here. 5. We get 5. We get 5 here. 5. We get 5. We get 5 here. West. 204. 61.
Paul's better. I don't know about Dad. I forgot to ask her. She was on the phone when I was in the office for a little.
250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, going to be 250, and 250, we get 250, we get 250, we get 250, going to be 250, 2 and a quarter, and 225, 30, and 25 and 30, going to be 225 and 30, going to be 225 and 30, going to 225, 225, now 30, and now 30, we get 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 30, now 5, 235, 235, 40, and 40, 40, 40, we get 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 40, here, cash, 235, 9. I see my Jorge. 220, 221, and 221, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 221, and 221 here, now 21, 21, 20. I'm gone, 221, and 20 here, now 21, 21, 21, 221, bit of a 1 here, group 221 here, sort of a 220 Gibbon Bull, 220. See how easy that is, Rob?
McCoy was down in Texas.
Yep, Jorge's. $2. 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 10, group 210, 210, 210, 12 of the 210, 12 of the group 210, 12 of the 15, and 15, 30, 15, we get 50, 13, 15, and 15, 13, 15, 17, and 17, 17, 17, 17, and 2, 17, we get 17, bit of a 17, we get 17, group 17, S, 215, 61.
Y'all were empty nesters all week. What do we do?
That'd be like 175 and 75 80 and 75 group 80 group 5 group 9 group 5 group 2 2 and a half group 2 and a half 5 and 2 and a 5 7 and a half 7 and a half 10 group 2 10 2 10 2 10 12 and 10 12 and group 10 12 and group 12 and 11 12 11 12 11 12 11 12 and 13 13 13 14 group 2 114 40 15 and 50 50 15 15 and 15 14 15 and 15 15 15 15 15 15 15 here Doug 2 14 6. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, group 255, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 2 and a quarter, and 225, 30, and 25 and 30, we get 30, we get 5, we get 40, we get 5, we get 50, we get 5, group 60, now 60, and 55, 60, here, group 60, here, Chris, 255, 9. Eight-year-old, she's 7 months bred. Pretty good rip, 2,500. 25, yeah, 25, and 25, 2,600, and 25, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 8, 27, 8, 27, 9, group 9, group 9, group 9, 3,001, and 3,100, hey, 1, hey, 1, hey, 31, and 3,100, hey, 1, hey, 1, hey, Chris, 3,000, 16. What counts? 8 to 10 is right there here in 55 and 55 and 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 87 and a half, 7 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 and 60 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 1 and 1 has a good 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 60 1 and 1, hey, 1, hey, 1, hey, cabinets 160 on 3. A lot of people here today. 9, 10-year-olds right there here in 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 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 and 60 and now 60, we get 60, we get 60, we get 60 and now 1 and 1, 2, group 2, we get 2, group 2, 62, 3, we get 3 and 4 and 5 and 5, 6, 7 and 7 of 8 and now 9, group 9, 70, 170, 170, 170, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70, Jace, 169, 40. Five to 8-year-olds. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, 3, 5, 7, and 79, and 79, and 77, and 9, 78, and 9, 78, and 9, 7, 90, and 181, 81, 82, 82, 81, 2 there, 81, and 2 there, 81, we can do here, so 181, D3. Guys had a good home, didn't they? Hold the gate. Okay, we'll see. Uh-oh.
Yep. We'll just hold her off.
Okay, hold her.
What number?
Sell 12 cows. Something 82. Yep.
Yeah. Let's get them out of here.
155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, going to be 60, going to get 60, 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 250, and now 1, 2, and now 2, 3, going to get 3, and 3, 4, 4, 64, and 3 and 4, 5, and 5, and 5 here, 6 dollar, and 66 dollar here, 66 here, 5 now, 66 dollar there, 5, going to be 6 dollar, and 5 now, 6 here, now 66 here, cabinet 165 on 10, yard them out. I don't know if I'll bring her back, but I'm going to pull her off that group. You're welcome. Get this your way. I don't know if I want to bring her back. 7 and 8 year olds, boys out here, 55, and 55, and 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, and 7, 7, 70, 70, now 70, and 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70 here, S, 67 and a half, 2. What I was gonna say. Probably so, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
135, and 35, you get 35, 35, 35, dollar bill, 105, and 105 here, good 105, you get 5, 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 105, 105, 105, and 105, you get 5 and 10, good to be 110, 110, 110, 7 and a half, 10, and 10, 12 of them, good to be 10, 12 of them, good to be 10, 12 of them, 15, and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 20 there, good to be 22 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 30, you get 30, 30 here, good to be 30, get 30 there, good to be 30, 30, 30 here, good to be 30 here, Doug, 27 and a half, 5X. I can do whatever you want me to do, boss man. We could sell them one at a time. We could sell half of them. I don't care. You give 2,500. You used to, whenever you do that, you're supposed to come on in. You'll give $1,000. 1,100. 10, 1100, 1,000, 1100, 1,000. Sell choice now. 10, 1100, 1100, 12, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, and 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 1400, 1400, and 1400, 14, and 14, 14, 15, 15, and 15, and 1500, 15, 15, 15. What about a half? 14 and a half, 14 and a half, and 14 and a half here, half here. Going to be 1450, and 14 and a half, 15, and 1500, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, and 15, 15 half. half, and 15 and a half, and 15, 16, and 1600 here now, half here, half here, middle half here, 17, and 17, 17, 17, 17, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 50, and 17 and a half, going to be 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 17, 50, and 17 and a half here, half here, 17 and a half, and I sold them 1700. You want them all? Is anybody interested at any more cows at that money? No. All right. We'll sell choice again. I don't care. I got all day. I've been off all week. I need to stay inside. They're spicy right there. Oh, yeah. $1,000. 1100 and 10 11 10 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 1150 1150 11 11 gotcha 1150 11 1150 12 and 1200 going to be 1200 going to be 1200 going to be 12 yeah Antone 12 and 1200 11 going to be 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 12 11 going to be 12 11 going to be 1200 11 going to be 1200 going to be 12 Sold, 1,150. Doug, 5X. He wants 2 cows. Which 2 you want?
81, 90, and 91. Is that right? Save the best for last.
Yep. She's got a big old milk bag. I don't have no idea. 50 cents a pound, I guess. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $1. $1. $1. 105. $5 and $105 here. Going to be 105. Going to be 5. Going to be 5. Going to be 5. Going to be 5 and 10. Going to be 110. Going to be 110. 15, 20, 120 and 20 here. 120 here. 120, 120, 120, 120, 120 here. Terry, 115.5. Is everybody happy? Good. You're welcome. Put a little something in my stocking at the end of the day, okay? Everybody. 225 and 225 and 25, 25 and 225 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 5 here, 227 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 30, we get 30, 30 here, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 250 and 32 and a half, bit of that here, going to be 30, that 2 and a half, going to be 30, that 2 and a half, going to be 30, we get 2 and a half here, sort of a 230 S61. Gets her, yes, right there, 220 and 222 and a half, 5 and 25, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 30, now 32 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5 here, 37 and a half, half 40 and half 40, 40, 40, now 140 and 39, 40, 40, we get 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, and 41, 2, 41, 2, 3, 42, we get 3, 42, get 3, 4, and 44 and 5 here, 600, and 45, we get 6, 7, and 7, and 7, 8, 8, 49, we get 9, we get 9, 49, and 9 here, 49 here, yes, 248. 61. Yeah, he's got a nice place. Real nice. What a man. 235 and 35, 37 and a half and 37 and a half, 7 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 and 40, we get 40, we get 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 15 and 43, 57 and 47 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 45, 6, 7 and 47 of 8, 47 of 8, 7 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 of 8, we get 47, $8 and 47 of 8, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, given bull, 247.
Thought he'd have brought more than that.
$2, 2.5, and 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, 2.5, we get 202.50, and 2.5, we get 2.5, bit of a dive here, group 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, group 2.5 here, Gibbon Bull, $2.
No, it was about 2 hours and 20 minutes. 2:20. Yeah.
$2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5, we get 2.5, 2.5, 5, we get 5, we get 5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.10, good with 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, and 210, 10, bit of 210, we get 210, bit of 210, good with 210, bit of 10, 10, 10 here, Doug, 27.5, 7.
Sir, that bull, put him on S61X. Rob's got one for you, John.
$175, and 75 here, 75, 77, 77, good with 80, we get 2.5, 85, 87, 87, 90, and 92, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, 5, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, we get 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, we get 95 here, Doug, 192.5, 6.
That cow go down, huh?
She's up, but
I hate, no, not really.
we'll try her at the end, but I don't want to get. We'll try her at the end.
221, and 221, 21, 21, 21, 21, 221, 21, hey, 21, 21, 1, and 221, hey, 1, hey, 1, hey, 1, hey, best, 220, 61. $185, 85 here, group of 87, group of 92, 95, 95, 7, 7, group of 2, group of 2, we get 5, and 7, 10, 2, 10, 2, 10, 12, 15, and 15, 17, 17, 17, 50, and 17, group of 17, 17, 17, 20, and hand 20, group of 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 20, and hand 20 here, Cabinet Bull, 217.5 X.
That's all you could get. Bulls 248.
Charlotte. I thought he'd have brought more. The big black one. I got 1.3. It wasn't nice. It was fun. Crazy rain. Fireworks and lightning storms going on at the same time. It wasn't fun.
225 and 225 and 25, 25, 25, 225 and 5 here, 225 and 225 and 5 here, 30 and 30, we get 30, good to be 30, we get 30, good to 35, 35, 235, 40, we get 245, 245, 50 and 255 and 55, 55, 60, good to be 260, we get 265 and 265 here, so 260. How do you want that charged? Loman? Gotcha.
Wyatt Loman.
Lowman.
Yeah.
M-A-N. That's how I'd spell it. But I went to Newcastle.
Yes. Oh, it might be H. Yeah, spell it how you want to spell it. It's H, I think.
See, we didn't put an H where I went.
Spelling school.
I know. Looky there, Johnny.
Not really. 221 and 221, 21, 21, 21, 21, 221, 21, 221 and 221, hold one, guys, right there, hold one, 220, have one, and 21, and 21, 23, we get 4, 5, 25, and 226, and 26, 7, 7, 7, 9, 30, 30, and 31, holding one down, 230, and 229, 30, and 30, 30, 30, we get 30, 30, 30, 29, we get 30, 29, get 30, we get 30, 39, 30, West, 229, 61.
I just reweighed these two.
These two are sold, right?
Yeah, we sold these two. So I would just make make a ticket for two head. That's what I would do. You don't even do a yard out. See what I'm saying? Reweigh them, yeah. Just put two head and reweigh. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Make sense or no? I would do it. You do it. Good catch, you think, but he went.
$2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 5, 205, we get 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 10, and 10, 12, 12, group 10, 12, 12, group 2, 12, 15, and 15, 7, 7, 7, 17, 50, and 17.5 here, 17.5, 17.5 here, sort of a 215 cabinets bull. $75. Here's 75. Here's 75, 75, 75, 75, 77 and a half. 80, give 82 and a half, 2 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, group 87 and a half, 90, 2 and a half, 5, and 97 and a half, 97 and a half, group $2 pound, group 2 and a half, 5, and 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 10, 210, 210, 12 and a half, 210, 12 and a half, 15, and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17, 50, 20, and 23, group 20, group 20, group 20, group 23, group 220, and 20, 23, group 220, that one, and 21, 21, 221, 21, here, one here, Cavus Bull, 220X. Posty. 210-20, and 210-20, bit of a 210-20, bit of a 210-20, bit of a 210-20, bit of a 210-20, and 210-20, $1.50, $1.50, 60, $1.50, 60, $1.60, $1.50, 60, 70, $1.80, $1.70, 80, and 70 gave 80 there, $1.80, $1.80, $1.80 here, $1.80 here, Ricardo, $1.70. Two, 3, and 4-year-olds. $2 pound, $2.05, and $2.05, bit of 5, 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 205, and $2.05, bit of 5 and a 5 here, bit of 5, bit of 5 and a 5 here, bit of 5 and a 5 here, bit of 205, and 205 and a 5 here, bit of 10, bit of 15, or 215, and 50, 50, 15, 20, and 225, bit of 225, and 225 and 5 here, 30, bit of 2, 30, 230, 30, 30 here, 535, and 235 here, bit of 5 and 5 here, bit of 5 here, bit of 235, and 235 and 5 here, bit of 5, bit of 5 and 5 here, 5 here, 235 here, sort of a 230, Ricardo. Five to sevens are roll punt here, 105, 65, and 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70 now, 70, 70, 70, get 72, 50, and 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, 77 and a half, 77, 50, 80, and now 80 there, 80, give 80 there, 80, give 80 there, 80, good to be 80 here, 77 and a half, 62. Seven-year-old cows are 3 and 4 months bred. 2100 and 21, 21 and 21, 22 and 3, and 23 and 4, and 24 going to be 5, and 25 going to be 6, 7, and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 of 8, 27 of 8 going to be 2800, and 2800 and 9, and 9 going to get 3000, 3000, what about I have? 950, and 9 going to get 3, and 30, 50, going to get 30, 50, going to get 30, 50, going to be 30 and a half, 1, and 30 and a half, 31 and a half, 31 and a half, 31 and a half, 31, 50, and down 2, and 3200, going to get 3200, even to get 3200 here, 31 and a half, going to be 2, even to get 2, going to be 2, sold 3150, Yost. Two-year-olds right there here, 210-20, and 210-20, but 210-20, but 210-20, and 210-20, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, 210-20, and 210-20 here, $2 a pound, 205, and $2.05, but get 5, but get 5, but get 5 and 10 here, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, and 210 here, 210 here, $2 now, 5 here, 205, and 205 here, now 10, 210, 210, 205, going to be 210 online, you're out, 210, and 210, and now 10, but 2, and 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, and 210 here, 5 and 10 here, 5 to get 10 here, Antone, 205, 2. Six-year-old here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 750, and 57 and a half, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half here, Jace, 155, 30.
Jace 30.
5-year-old, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 60, and 55, 60, 65, and 70, 175, 75, 80, 80, 185, 85 here, 185 here, 85 here, cash, 181, nope, put on number 5. Eight-year-old, 6 months, 2100 and 21, 21 and 21, 21, 2, 3, and 23, we get 4, 5 here, 600, and 600, 25, 50, and 25, going to be 26 and a half here, 7, and 27 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 750, and 7 and a half here, 750, and 27 and a half here, 2750, and 27 and a half here, Binyard, 2800, and 28 and a half here, 8 and a half, 9 and a half, 950, and 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 3, and 3,000. 1 and 31, 31, 31, 2, 2, 3, and 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, so 3,200. You have to remind me. B and B? B and B, I guess. B and B, yeah. Yep. 10 years old here, 155 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57, 57, 60, and down 2 and a half, 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 2 and a half here, cabinets, 160 on 3. $225 and $225 and $25, $225, 2-year-old right there, $225 and $25 and $30, $30, $30, and $30, $225 and $30, $30, $30, $30, $30, $35, $35, $40, $45, $45, $50, and $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, cash, $251. Bring me some more jerseys. I'm going to sell them one at a time again. Yeah. 65 and 65 and 65 and 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 67, 50, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 sold, 165, given 1. Seven years old, she's 6 months. I believe that's what I heard. 2,100 and 21, 21 and 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 and 625, 6, 7 and 7, 7, 7, 800, 9, 29 and 2,900, 8,900, 3 and 3,000, 1 and 31, 2, 3 and 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, and 33, B and B, 30, 200. And hold on here, 55, and 55, and 55, 57, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, half, and 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 1, and 2, 60, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, quarter, and 66, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, 70, 71, and 72, 73, 73, 74, 73, 74 here, S, 173 on number 62. Eight-year-old cow, she's 4 months bred here, 221 and 20, 10 by 4. Thank you. 10 years old, 4 months bred. She's walking just a little bit softer than she should. $1.50. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 155, 60, 55, 60, 65, and now 5, 65, you're out, Junior, and 65 here, 5 here, 5 here, 70, now 70, and 75, 80 here, 180, 180 here, 180 here, 80 here, Ricardo, 175, 2. Seven-year-old here, $1.50. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, Jeff 5, and 55 here, 5 here, now 60, 5, and 70, 175, and 75 here, 175 here, 175 here, hold, 170, Doug 5.
Oh, that's one of Filippo's cows. Dang it.
I know it. 10 cents a pound. 15 cents a pound. 20, 5, 30, 5, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60 cents a pound. 60 cents a pound. Chris, 55, 12.
Dang it. You didn't tell me you had one like that. Surely they knew.
Sell that bull. Get him out of here. 225. 225, 7.5. Yeah, 227 and a half, 7.5, 7, 30, we get 30, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, good with 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 32.50, and 32 and a half, good with 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, here 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, and 35, 3, 5, and 35, 7, and 37, we get 37, we get 37, we get 37, we get 37, here's sort of a 235, S61.
Get him out before he kills somebody. Okay, let him in here. Kill somebody.
Hey, hey. Antonio, you better push that board back so it don't mess up the scales. No, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Fifty-five, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and 60, 60, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half here, 250, and 2 and a half here, half here, half here, 160, 62, just 2. Two to pond, get 250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 2 and a quarter, and 225, and 225, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 225, and 225, 5 here, 5 here, going to be 2, now 5, and 205 here, 5 here, dollar a pound, $1.10, here, $1.10 here, 110 here, 110, 20, and 10, 20, 10, 20 here, 120, 110, 120, and 10, 20, 30, $1.30, $1.40, $1.50, $1.50, and $1.50, 50, 50, 50, 60, 160, $1.60, 70, $1.70, 170, 170, sold 160. What's the name? Gregory. Thank you, sir. Two.
Anybody get hurt?
These bulls saw all them fireworks over the weekend, got them all stirred up a little bit. Well, I don't want you to both get hurt. I'd rather one of you get hurt. Y'all need to split up. Yeah, I need one of y'all to. Y'all can be replaced. There's lots of Mexicans out there looking for work. Is that the bad bull? 235, and 35, 7.5, and 37 and a half, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 37 and a half, 37 to 40, and 42 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 to 50, 50, 1, and 50, 51, 51, 51, 2, 3, 53, 53, 4, and 5, and 55, 55, 55, 6 quarter, and 57, 57, 57, 50, hey, 50, hey, 57, $8, and 57 of 8 here, so number 257, S61. Hang on, George. Hang on.
We'll just.
George is calling you. Hello. 210, and 210, 1250, and 10, 12 to 5, going to be 10 and 12 to 5, going to be 10, 12 to 5, going to be 210, 1250, and 10, 12 to 5, 12 to 5, 12 to 5, 210, 12 to 5, 210, 12 to 5, 15, and 15, 7, hit it a hand, 7, hit it a hand, 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, and 1, and 12, and 12, and 21, and 221, $1, 2, 22, 22, 3, and 23, 3, 23, 3, going to be 23, 3, going to be 23, 3, here, and 23, 3, given, 222, put one number. Gotcha.
Okay. Just send it to me and I will.
Just want to know if you remembered.
Okay. Okay. I'll look at it. Okay. I'll look at it.
280? Is that you?
Whenever they're ready on that side, we'll.
If you already cooked, I can take it.
Yeah. There's three or four of these bulls, so we'll just wait so nobody gets hurt until everybody's ready.
255, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, and 35, and 37 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 37, 50, and 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, now higher, 37 and a half here, so 235 S61, 235. That's what I thought.
It's a better bull than the other one. Believe it or not, it's better.
Hold on. Make sure everybody's.
John's going to get them all anyway. Just open the gate and let's go. 3 and open. $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. 5 to 5 and 2 to 5 here. 5 here. 5 here. 5 here. Go to 205 10 and 210 210 15 and 15 here. 250. We get 15 and 15 here. Go to 215. Austin, you're out. 215 and 15. We get 50 20 and hand 25 20 25 and 30. We get 235 and 235 here. 5 here. Go to 235. Austin, you're out. 235 and 35 here. 5 here. 5 here. Chris 230. 3x. Full time, 202 and a half, and 2.5 here, 5, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, going to be 220, and 222 and a half, 225, and 227 and a half, 7 and a half, 7, 30, we get 30 and 32 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 235, and 35 here, 5 here, 5 here, given, 232 and a half, bull. You done over there already, Dennis? That's quick. That wasn't. $2, 205, and 205, we get 5, 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 and a 5 here, 5 here, 10, and 210, 15, and 50, 50, 15, 20, 5, 225, and 225, and 30, we get 30, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, we get 45, and 45, 45, 50, we get 50, and 50, and 45, and 50, and 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, and tone, 245. $65 and $65 and $55 and 55 7 and a half 57 and a half 7 60 we get 62 and a half we get 2 and a half 5 and 65 7 and a half 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 67 and a half 70 and half 72 and a half we get 2 and a half 72 50 and 71 and 70 71 71 71 71 71 71 71 71 71 given X 170. $55 and 55 55 7 and a half 57 and a half 7 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 and a half 57 and a half 7 and a half Rob Javit 7 and a half 60 and how one and how one here 1 2 3 and 3 4 here 5 600 and 6 7 7 7 7 7 7 here 7 7 7 here now 7 here Cabinet 166 3. Four-year-old, $2. $2.05 and $2.05 to get 5 to get 5 to get 5 to get 5 here 5 here 5 here $1.55 and 55 and 55 57 and 57 going to be 60 to get 2 and a half now 5 and 67 and a half 7 and a half 70 now 70 170 170 250 and 72 and a half 5 and 75 here 75 75 75 77 and a half 77 and a half 77 50 and 77 and a half here 77 and a half here sold 175 Wagner or Gregory. You think? 10 by something. 10 by 5. Just an okay bag. $1.50. $1.55 and 55. You get 55 now 60. You get 5. Going to be 70. You get 5 down 80. 80. 180 and 75 80 and 75 85 85 here 85 85 85 85 85 here 185 90 190 195 and 95 and 95 here 195 here 195 here B&B 190. $2 years, she's a $1.55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 and 55, 60 and 60, 60, 60, 160. Kevin is 155.10.
He's hot. He's a hot son of a gun yesterday morning. That humidity. How many cash you got left? 250? 250?
55 and 55 and 55 57 going to be 60 to get 2 and a half to get 5 7 and a half 7 and a half 7 and a half 70 172 and a half 72 and a half 5 and 77 and a half 77 80 81 here 82 81 82 and 2 3 83 84 83 84 here going to be 83 4 here that's 183 2. She's a 3-year-old, guys, here. $1.55 and 55 and 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, $1.55 and 55 here. 5 here. 55 here. That's 153.
When they come in like that, they're gonna get a bargain.
$50 a pound and 55 and 55 55 55 55 55 55 55 plain old 55 and 55 and 55 55 55 55 55 55 55 55 55 60 5 70 and now 75 and 75 again 80 5 90 90 95 and $95 here $1 pound going to be 105 55 and 5 here 5 55 55 55 55 here 5 here yes $1 1. $65 and 65 and 65 and 65 55 and 57 and 7 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 and 57 and 7 and 60 and down 2 and a half and 5 and 65 7 and 7 and 70 70 70 70 170 70 70 67 and a half 3. $55 and 55 55 55 7 and 57 and 7 and 7 and 60 62 and a half 2 and a half 5 and 65 7 and 7 and 7 and 70 70 and 72 and a half 70 and 2 and a half 75 and 75 77 and a half 77 50 and 77 give a half here 77 and a half 77 with a half here so 175 S2. 7 years young, rather here, $35 and 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 40, 40 and 35, 40, 35, 45, 45, 45, 50 and 50, 50, 50, 45, 50, 45, 50, 45, 50, 45, 55 and 55, 60 and now 60, 60, 60 now 60 and 55, 60, 55, 60, give me 155. Outside, Antone. 4 by 5. Thank you. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 21, and 3, and 25, 4, 24, 5, and 25, 25, 2600, and 25, 25, going to be 2600, 25, going to be 26 and a half, and 26 and a half here, half here, now half here, 7, and 27 here, 7, and 7 to be 7 about 27, and 27 here, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 700 here, B&B, 2650. $65, and $65, and $65, $65, $65, $65, $65, $65, $65, 7 and a half, 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 750, and 67 and a half, and 67, 7 and a half, 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 7 and 70, 70, 71, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, S, 172. Let her make. 135, and 35, and 135, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 37 and a half, here, 25, and 27 and a half, and 25, 7 and a half, 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 going to be 27 and a half, 30, and half, 30, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 32, 50, and 32 and a half here, Gibbon, 130X. Straight. Okay. Two-year-old guys here, $2 a pound. $2.05 and $2.05, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5 here, $5 here, $5 here, going to be 205 and 205 and 205 here, $5, $5, $5, $5 here, $5, $5, 10, 210, 215, 220 and 220 and 215, 20, 15, bit of a 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, 220 and 220, bit of a 20 here, so 215. What's the name? Marcus. 8-year-old here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and half, 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 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 70, 170, and 70, and 170, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, Ricardo, 67 and a half on 2. Dollar bill, 105, and 105, and 105 here, good 105, 5, 5 here, 5 here, everybody else now, 105, and 105, 10, and 110, 15, 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 20 here, 120, 5, and 25, 5 here, 5, 5 here, 20, 5 here, S, 121, 120, S1. $3, half 5, and 3.5, bit of 5 here, 3, bit of 3, hand 3, bit of 3, hand 3, bit of 250, 260, and 250, 60, 70, 275, and 75, 75, 80, 5, 85, 90, 295, 95 here, 95, 3, and hand 305, and 305 here, 10, 3, 10, 3, 10, 3, 10, 3, 10 here, 5, 10 here, now 10 here, cash, 305, 9. Lippin cow here, 125, and 125, 30, and 30, we get 5, we get 35, 40, we get 40, we get 5, 45, 45, 45, 50, we get 50, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, Doug, 150, 5X, or just 5, 5X.
Hang on, trying to get the tag number on the last cow. You got it. What about her? Lost it?
Daughter 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 90, 5, 95, and 2, and 205, and 10, 210, 210, 210, and 210 a pound here, a bit of a 10, 10, 10 here, Chris, 205, 30X, or 3X.
30X, yeah.
65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7, 70, 70, now 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, S, 72 and a half, 2.
Is it Lingos? We got any bundles today?
6 by 5. $65, and 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, 77.50, and 77 and a half here, 177 and a half here, 177 and a half here, cabinets 175.5.
I think they need to make. I wish they'd. You
$65, and 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 77 and a half, 80 down, 80 down, 82 and a half, 82 and a half, 92 and a half, 82, 55, 85, 85, 85, 35, 85 here, 87, 87, 87, 77 here, 85, 7 here, Chris, 185, 3X. Nope. 8X. 8X.
Yeah, I said I wish they'd have that in about October. When the time changes, we could pop some fireworks around 6. Stay up till 10. I don't ever make it to the fireworks show.
Daughter. 105, and 105 here, good 105, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 5 here, 5, and 105, and 5 here, 5, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, S1, $1. Dollar. $5, and 105 here, good 105, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, now 5, 10, and 10, 110, and 10 here, 110 here, 110 here, 10, 15, and 50, 15, and 15 here, 115, 20, and now 20, 120, 120, 120, 120, John, you're down 20, and 20, 20, 125, and 25 here, 125 here, 125 here, 25, 85 here, S, 120, on 1, 3, S3. Yep. $225, and 225, and 225, and 25, 25, 25, 25, and 32, 30, and 25, and 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, going to be 35, and 35, 40, 40, 40, 45, 45, 50, and 250, and 45, and 50, 45, 50, 45, 50, 45, 50, 50, 50, here, 49, 50, here, Ricardo, 245. 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 7, 60, 60, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 67, 7, 70, 170, 170, 170, get 70, and 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70 here at 67 and a half, 62. Six-year-old, she's 7 months. 2000 here, 2, and 2000 here, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, 21, 2, 3, and 23, 4 here, 5 here, 2500, and 25, and 2600, and 26, 7, 7, 7, 8 here, 9 here, 2903, and 3000, 3000, 3003, and 31, and 3100 here, not 2, and 31, 2, here, 2, online's out, 32, 3, and 33, and 33, 4, and 34, and 3400 here, 4 here, Andy, you're at 34, and 3400 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, B&B, 3300. 8-year-old, she's 4 months, got 10 before, we got there 10 before, and 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, going to be 60, and hand 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 5, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 67, 70, and half 70, 72 and a half, and 70, 2 and a half, going to be 70, 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 72 and a half here, 72 and a half here, we're done, 170, 44. Eight by 7. You sure? 8-year-old, thank you. 7 months bred, right there here, 2500 and 25, here 25 and 25, 2500 and 2500 here, 25, 25, 25 long toe. Let's wear guys in an attitude also to go with it. $55 and 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 60, 5 and $65 and 65 here, 165 here online. You're out 65 and 65 here, 70, 170, 170 LaFoe, 165. I know it. You buy all them long toes, Ricardo. What's wrong with you? Got a new fetish?
His son's here. He can't do that.
Got a little bit of a blue eye on my side. Not too bad. 5-year-old cow here, $1.50. $55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 60, and 55, 60, 60, 55, 60 here, Doug, 155, 5. Brad, I thought that was my son walking through the door dressed like that. Looks just like him. Daughter, 50 cents a pound. 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35 and 35, 40, 35, 40, 35, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 and 55, 5 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 here, Ricardo, 50 cents a pound, on 2. You're not getting along very good today, are you? I have no idea. $1. 50 cents a pound. 60 cents a pound. 70 cents a pound. 80. 90. 90 cents a pound. Chris, 80. 12. Doug, 6X. Yep. Getting me about that time of day. I'm getting bored. Dollar pound. Dollar five, and 105 here, 105 and 10, going to be 110 and 15, going to be 15, 20, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, we get 35, and 35, 35, 35, 40, we get 45, 45, 45, you get 5, 50, and 55, and 55, 55, 60, 65, and 65, 65, 70, 75, and 75, 175, 80, 80 here, 85, 85 here, 185 here, 90, and 90 here, 190 here, 190, 190 here, Doug, 185, 6. Be right with you. Without you. $1.50. 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 175, 75, 85, 85, 85, 85, 91, 95, 95, 95, 95, and 2, group 205, group 205, group 210, 210, and 210 a pound here, 510, Robbie out, 5, 7, 10, 7, 10, 210, and 7, 8, 9, and down high, group 9, 209, 10, 29, 10, and 11, and 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 211, and 211, 211, 211, group 210, 11 here, Doug, 210, 6. Roy Sparks?
No, they're not.
No, they're not Roy's? $155 and 55 and 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57, 57, 7, 7, 60, and down to it, 2, 61, 2, and down to 3, 3, and 3, 4, 64, 5, and 65, and 65, 6, and 66, 67, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, and 9, 39, 9, 70, and 170, 70, good to be 70, 70, good to be 70, now 71, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 2, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 3, 73, 3, and 2, 3, 4, and 74, 74, 73, 74, 73, 4 here, 73, 74, and 73, 73, 74, S, 173, 2. Here's the odds on the deal here, 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, yes, ma'am, right there, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, and 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 5, and 5 here, now 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, at 62 and a half, 62.
That's the way I like to sell them. I like cows getting out of the ring, make the cows come in and roll. Hi, Claywing. How's it going? Uh-oh. What'd you do? What'd you do? I didn't do nothing. I ain't been called Jonathan Ryan in years. I say that.
You're kidding.
I get called something a lot worse.
Johnny, here's something.
Don't say it over the mic.
What's the ages on these cows? They're young. 2-year-olds, 1s and 2s. Have a parasail, 3,500 and 35 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 35 half and 37 and 36, 7 and 37, 37, 37, 37, 37. I'm gonna get 37. Going to be 37. I'm gonna get 37. Got him at 6, 37 and 37, 8 and 30. I'm gonna get 39. I'm gonna get 39, 39, 39, 39, 39 and 3900 and 30. I'm gonna get 900, 3900. I'm gonna get 3900. I'm gonna get 39 and 38, 9 and 30. I'm gonna get 904 and 4000. I'm gonna get 41 and 4100. 4100 and 4100 and 4100 4100 41 2 and 41 2 and 41 2 41 2 41 2 and 41 2 1 2 2 3 and 43 3 43 3 and 43 3 43 3 43 4 and 44 and 4400 44 44 44 here sold 4300 Terry 6. Six-year-old's got just a little bit of a hang down there, not too bad. 3,500. 35 and 35 and 35 and 35 36 7 and 37 we get 37 we get 37 37 37 37 37 we get 3800 and 38 and 37 we get 3800 we get 37 3800 and 37 we get 3800 done 3700 11. Pretty cow, isn't she? Pretty baby calf, too. 3,500, 35, and 35, you get 5, and 35, and 35, 35, and 3,500, here, 505 here, 30-year-old pair, guys, 35, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 500, 600, and 36, and 35, you get 3,600, 35, 3,600, and 35, going to be 3,600, 35, 36, 7, and 37, you get 37, you get 37, you get 37, you get 38, and 39, and 3,900, here, 4, and 4,000, here, 4,000, here, 4,000, here, 4, and 4, and 4,000 here, 4 here, 4,000 here, 4 and 4,000 here, 4,000 here, Ricardo 3,900 on 5.
Good little pair. Summer baby though.
Six-year-old families right there, 35 and 35. Yeah, 35 and 35, 35, 5 here, 5 here, going to be 3,500 and 35 and 35. 35, 35, 35 and 3,500 here, 5 here, 5 here, 3,000 here, 1 and 31 2 and 33 3 and 33 3 and 33 4 and 34 5 here, 5 600 and 35 36 and 35 3600 here, 35 6 here, 35 3600 and 35 3600 here, 5 here, going to be 6 here, done 3,500 11. Okay, now this pair coming in, man called me this morning, says if you want a summer project, to buy this pair. If you don't want a summer project, do not buy this pair. The calf will suck only if you're standing next to her in the chute or pinned up pretty close. Will not suck the cow out in the pasture. That's the story I got. She will let it suck, but you got to get close by, okay? 3,000, 3,100, and 31, and 31, 3,100, here, 1, here, 3,100, here, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 31, and 3,100, here, 1, here, here, going to be 20, hold your gate, 2,500, and 25, and 2,500, half, and 26, 7, and 7, here, 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, going to be 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, 3, and 3,000, going to be 3, 1, and 3,100, here, 1, here, 2, and 32, 1, 2, 31, 2, and 32, 3, and 33, 3 and 33 3 33 3 and 33 4 and 34 and 3400 here 4 here 4 here 4 here 33 4 and 34 and 3400 here 4 here 4 here so 3,300 Ricardo 5.
That's what he told me to say.
Yeah, just being honest.
8-year-old family. 10-year-old. Do you know your 8s from 10s? Huh? You said 8. You said 8. Yeah, I know it.
2100, 21, 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 2100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, 22, and 22, and 22, 21 here, not 2, and 2200, 23, and 23, and 23, 4, and 24, 5, and 25, and 25, 5, 5 here, now 600, and 25, going to be 600, 25, going to be 2600, and 25, going to be 2600 here, 5 here, 6, and 25, going to be 2600 here, Andy, 2500.
Man said he didn't have time to do that this summer. What's ages? 3-year-olds? Wow.
4,000, Kent Jackson, Anadarko, 4,100, and 41, here, 4,100, here, 4,100, here, 41, here, 41, 41, 41, 41, 2, and 41, 2, and 41, 2, 43, and 43, 42, 43, 44, and 44, 5, and 4,500, here, 5, 5, here, 45, and 4,600, and 45, 4,607, and 47, 47, 47, 47, 47, and 47, and 4,700, here, 47, here, 40, now 7, and 4,700 here, 4,700 here, we're done. 4,611. Goodbye, Caleb.
You still got your Bremer pair from last week?
His customer over east.
2-year-olds here, guys. 41. 4,100 and 41 and 4,100 here, 4,100 here, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 2 and 41, 2 and 41, 2, 41, 2, 42. Caleb, you out. 41, 2 and 41, 2, 3 and 43, 3, 44, 45 and 45, 600 and 46 here, 6, 7 and 47, 4,800 here, 8 here, 4,800 and 9 and 49, 4,900, 4,900, 49, 5. And 5,000, if 1,000, here, 49, 5,000, here, 49, 5,000, here, Marcus, 4,900.
Marcus. That's what I said, wasn't it? I need those pears right there. Clean up a little pasture. I want a little hairy. Should get hot. Who played? Who won? Who?
Not Mexico.
You know how much of that I've watched this year? 0.0.
I never watched OU baseball game.
Me either. I watched all 3 games. You thought they had football and softball, didn't you? And gymnastics.
Yep.
I got baseball now.
Oh, Johnny. See if you can get 4,500.
We got 4,500 for her.
25, 2500, 25 and 25, 2500, 505 here, 5 here, 2000 here, 1 and 21 and 2100 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2120, gotcha, 2100 and 2100 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 2 and 22 and 22 3 and 23 3 and 23 3, 23 3, Dylan 2200. Kelsey, where you been all day? Babysitting? I see.
We got any baby calves?
Wake out, 55, and 55, and 57, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 57, and 60, and house 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 7, and 7, and 70, 171, 71, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80, 1, 81, 3, 83, 83, 83, 181, 62. 750, 800, 800, 800, 8 and a half, 900, and how to have it, 950, and 950, and how to have it, 10, 100, 10, 150, and 10 and a half, 11, 1100, 11, 1200, 1200, going to be 1200, 1200, 11, and 1250, and 12 and a half, 13, and 1300 here, going to be 1300, and 13, 12 and a half, going to be 1300 here, going to be 12 and a half, 1300 here, Ricardo, 1250. There's one for the jersey. There's one. $2. $2.05 and $2.05 here, 5 and 205 and 205 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. Chris, $2 on 9.
They didn't. Found it.
I finally got some games back there. everyone right by the gate, and they kept going by.
Little heifer calf, 500. 550, 5 and a half here, 5 going to be 6 and a half here, going to be 750, and 7 and a half, 800 here, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 900, 950, and not a half, not a half, not a half, not a half, 950, and not a half, 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 not a half here, Kelsey, 900. Another heifer calf, 550, 5 and a half here, 5 going to be 6 and a half, going to be 7, going to be high, going to be hay, going to be 50, going to be 9, going to be 900, and 950, and not a half, and not a half, not a half, not a half, 950, 950, 950, 950, and not a half, not a half, not a half, not a half, Kelsey, going to be 925. Want to do it? 925, 925, 50, 950, Kelsey, 9 and a quarter, Kelsey.
That's going to be it on the south side. We've got one more on the north side.
See if they can get that cow, please.
Go easy. If you're interested in a crippled cow, sit back down. If not, you're excused to leave. Dismissed. Good job, little Kelsey. She's pretty bad. We're just going to use the average weight. She weighs 1405 on the cow outside.
Yeah, just sell her right here and be done with it.
Dollar a pound. 50 cents a pound. 20 cents. You guys leaving? You don't think she'll load? Well, no value, I guess. Stand. She's up. Do you want to gamble? Huh?
We better see what we got to do.
10 cents a pound. You give 10. Chris, 12.
With an F.
No, I got to give it to Chris. He's here every week. Huh? Yeah. Oh, he wasn't, was he? Yeah, he goes to the dentist every other week. Thanks, guys. Go home. See ya. Thanks, Chris.